Raising emotionally intelligent kids, the 9 habits of parents who nurture strong people skills. We all want our kids to thrive, not just academically, but socially and emotionally. In a world where emotional intelligence is just as critical as IQ, children with strong interpersonal skills tend to have healthier friendships, better conflict resolution abilities, and a stronger sense of self. But how do we raise kids who are confident, kind, and capable of navigating relationships with empathy and maturity? According to licensed therapist Angela Karanja, there are certain habits and patterns in parenting that consistently show up in homes where kids grow into emotionally intelligent adults. These aren't flashy techniques. They're intentional, everyday choices made by parents who understand that connection matters more than correction. Let's explore these habits in depth, each one packed with insight, practical tips, and gentle reflections to help you nurture people smart, heart-smart kids. 1. They emotionally coach, not punish. Imagine your child throws a tantrum at the grocery store. Do you hush them harshly or yank them out of the aisle in embarrassment? Many parents react out of frustration or fear of judgment, which is completely human. But emotional coaching means responding differently. Instead of shutting down the emotion, emotionally coaching parents lean in. They kneel to their child's level and say, "I can see you're really upset. Let's take a deep breath and talk about it." This style of parenting helps kids name and regulate their emotions. Rather than teaching them to fear punishment, it teaches them to understand what they feel and why. Insight: children's brains are still learning how to manage big feelings. The more we validate those emotions without always approving the behavior, the stronger their emotional intelligence becomes. Dr. John Gottman's research calls this emotion coaching and finds it critical for developing emotional literacy. 2, they talk with their kids, not at them. You can't build connection without conversation. And not just any conversation, but one that's respectful, curious, and consistent. Parents who raise emotionally intelligent kids engage in two-way dialogue. Instead of giving commands, they ask questions. Instead of interrupting or brushing things off with, "You're fine," they listen deeply. They create space for their child to speak, to explore ideas, and even to disagree respectfully. Example: a child says, "I don't want to go to soccer today." Rather than replying, "Well, too bad you have to," a parent might ask, "What's going on? Are you feeling tired or overwhelmed?" This invites emotional awareness and fosters communication. Insight: children who feel heard are more likely to respect boundaries and share openly. Over time, this becomes the foundation for healthy communication in their teenage years and beyond. 3, they model healthy conflict resolution. Conflict is inevitable, but how we handle it teaches our children more than any lecture could. In households that foster people skills, kids don't just hear what to do, they see it in action. These parents don't scream, blame, or slam doors. They pause, they breathe, they apologize. They model how to express hurt without attacking and how to set boundaries without disrespect. In practice, when tensions arise, they might say, "I'm feeling upset right now. I need a few minutes to calm down and then we can talk." Or, "I didn't handle that well. I'm sorry. Let's try again." Insight: according to the social learning theory by Albert Bandura, children learn behaviors through observation. If they regularly witness respectful conflict resolution, they will internalize those patterns, even in challenging peer situations. 4, they actively teach empathy. Empathy doesn't magically develop. It's modeled, encouraged, and practiced. Empathy-building parents help their children understand and care about how others feel. D, don't just correct behavior, they connect it to its impact on others. For instance, if a child grabs a toy, instead of saying, "Don't do that," the parent might say, "How do you think your friend felt when that happened?" They also expose their children to diverse stories, situations, and people, encouraging curiosity about others' lives and emotions. Insight: neuroscience shows that mirror neurons, the part of the brain that helps us feel what others feel, are activated more frequently in children who are encouraged to practice empathy. Over time, they become more emotionally attuned and socially thoughtful. 5, they set boundaries calmly but firmly. Loving parents say no, but they do it in a way that's consistent, respectful, and explanatory. Emotionally intelligent parenting isn't permissive. It's authoritative, not authoritarian. It holds firm limits but explains the why behind them. This teaches children that boundaries are not about control, but about safety, respect, and mutual trust. Example: instead of "Go to bed now or else," they might say, "You need your rest, and so do I. Let's stick to our bedtime routine so we can both have a good day tomorrow." Insight: clear, respectful boundaries help children feel secure, not restricted. They learn to respect others' boundaries and become better at setting their own. 6, they encourage independence and problem solving. These parents don't rescue their kids from every challenge. Instead, they guide them to think critically and try solutions on their own. When a child forgets their homework or struggles with a tricky puzzle, they're encouraged to pause, reflect, and come up with a plan, not immediately be bailed out. They ask questions like, what do you think might help you next time? Do you want to try a different way? What would you do if I wasn't here right now? This kind of dialogue builds resilience, resourcefulness, and confidence. Insight. According to developmental psychologist Erik Erikson, autonomy and problem solving in early childhood are essential for identity formation and self-efficacy later in life. 7, they are consistently present and emotionally available. More than flashy toys or perfectly packed lunches, what children crave most is their parents' emotional presence. Emotionally available parents show up, not just physically, but with attention and curiosity. They make eye contact. They listen. They respond with warmth. Even 10 minutes of undistracted time can create a powerful emotional anchor. Try this. Build small rituals, bedtime chats, weekend walks, cooking together. These moments send the message, you matter, I'm here. Insight. Presence is the foundation of attachment, and secure attachment is linked to better social skills, academic success, and emotional well-being throughout life. 8, they praise the process, not just the outcome. You're so smart. Sounds nice, but it often reinforces a fixed mindset. The better option? Praise the effort, strategy, and perseverance. Say instead, I'm proud of how hard you worked on that project. You really stuck with it, even when it was tough. You were so thoughtful when you shared your toy. This kind of praise teaches children to value growth over perfection, which in turn makes them more resilient in social situations that require patience, cooperation, or negotiation. Insight. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows that children praised for effort are more likely to take on challenges, persist through setbacks, and collaborate with others. 9, they normalize all emotions, even the messy ones. Some kids are told to stop crying, be strong, or just get over it. But emotionally intelligent parents know that emotions are data, not threats. They let their children feel the full range of emotions: anger, sadness, jealousy, embarrassment. Then they help them understand and move through those emotions without shame. They say, it's okay to feel sad. Want to talk about it? I understand that you're angry. Let's figure out what's underneath that. Even adults feel overwhelmed sometimes. Insight. Children who are taught to express and regulate emotions grow into empathetic, balanced, and emotionally literate adults. They don't suppress. They process. Closing thoughts. The parent you are. Becoming matters more than the parent you've been. Raising a child with strong people skills isn't about having perfect parenting days. It's about consistent presence, emotional awareness, and a willingness to grow with your child. Not just for them. If you're showing up, listening, learning, and loving, even through the mess, you're laying down the most important foundation: connection. So be gentle with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. And remember, every moment of connection plants the seeds of emotional strength in your child. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you found this blog valuable, feel free to share it with a fellow parent, teacher, or caregiver who could use a little encouragement. Let's raise kind, emotionally intelligent humans together.